Hello, my name is Christian Brent Dawson Jackson. This week in Healthcare Management 310, we were asked to find an article that discussed an enduring public health issue and to record a video, write a 3-page paper critiquing the article. This week, I chose an article that dealt with the opioid epidemic and the use of naloxone to reverse the effects of overdose. I chose this article because I recently went to a research symposium in which the keynote speaker was Fred Wells Branson II of Project Lazarus, and they actually began doing the same thing with the naloxone that is usually in the hands of the EMS when they arrive on scene of an emergency like an overdose. They use naloxone to reverse the effects and bring the person back, so to say, and get them to the hospital so they can be treated. The issue was a lot of people in Wilkes County, North Carolina, near the mountains, were overdosing on opioids, and many lives were being lost because naloxone wasn't readily available, and the EMS were not always successful in getting to the patients in time. So they decided to make it more readily available. Naloxone can be administered intravenously, intramuscularly, and intranasally, and so they have worked to make it available even with a nasal spray or a quick injection, and making it available in all local pharmacies, clinics. Of course, the EMS for having in the ambulance, and now even regular individuals' homes and in their purses. The article I read focused. They did a spatial optimization study. Did I say that correct? Yes. The objective was to improve public health services in response by using spatial optimization. They identified cases of suspected non-fatal opioid overdose events in which naloxone was administered from the dates of April 2013 through December 2016. And of course, it happened in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because it has the sixth highest rate of drug overdose deaths in the United States. So they tested over 3,182 opioid overdose events that fell within their classifications, and through their methodology, they were able to rapidly identify communities hardest hit by the opioid epidemic with standard solution. Their conclusion was, once again, they rapidly identified communities hardest hit by the opioid epidemic with standard public health data. Naloxone accessibility can be optimized with established location allocation approaches, public health implications. Our methodology can easily be implemented by the public health departments for automated surveillance of the opioid epidemic. It has the flexibility to optimize a variety of intervention strategies. Sorry, I was reading the article as well. I didn't want to give any wrong facts. I actually like this idea, and I think it's a great implementation. I think it should go nationwide because it does show them to be the effects, and naloxone is a opioid antagonist, so it does reverse the effects of the overdose and when the cessation of breathing and everything. So it pretty much reverses the overdose and brings the patient back to life. I thought the study was performed very well. They tested cases with someone overdosed, and the EMS was called, and then they went to the scene, and then they used naloxone to help the individual out, and then brought it to the hospital to make sure to test their drug levels and everything and get them further help. And we saw that it was effective, and I think it was a great idea because if you make it more readily available, local pharmacies, of course in the hospital, of course the EMS will have it, but having that nasal spray in someone's purse or just having a kit with the instructions in the house, just like they do in Project Lazarus, can save somebody's lives, because you never know, someone might be passed out on your couch and you think they're taking a nap, but they're dying of a drug overdose. And it can be everyday individuals like me or you, Dr. Carter. No one knows who's having a drug overdose. Not everybody meets the stereotypical drug addict nowadays, especially since we are overdosing as a society on prescription medications, and many people are going through multiple and crazy creative ways to get those medications. So it is a very intriguing topic and a very big issue right now, and this is one very effective solution to the issue. It's going to take a little more than this, but I think the article was very impactful, very informative. They did a great job with their study, very little limitations. The methodology was wonderful. I think they did perfectly going through it, and I think the solution is something that can be made nationwide easily. It involves nurses, it involves EMS, it involves the general community, it involves hospitals, pharmacies, the clinic, the whole public health system. So everyone can play a part in it, and not like you have to be an expert or something. Plus, they make kits readily available that you can have in your house and it comes with instructions on how to do the injection or the nasal spray and how much in order to reverse the overdose. And then if we make this readily available, sorry, there was something on the screen. We make this readily available for the general public to have, then that's even more people that we are giving the opportunity to save somebody's life, because you never know. You see someone just fall out and they're not breathing and everything, and you can figure out that it's from an opioid overdose. You give them that spray, and then next thing you know, you bring them back to life. And so I think the article was wonderfully done. I think the solution is wonderful. I look forward to seeing it branch out even more. It's kind of interesting that I'm actually talking about opioid epidemic, because I am in the nurse program, so we had talked about it in the courses, so it was pretty intriguing to me to get to learn even more about specific solutions. And the solution that they did in Pittsburgh is actually what the keynote speaker from the research symposium talked about as well. So that's kind of why I chose the article. For my PowerPoints for chapter 11, I also saw there was more information of the opioid epidemic is the top cause of injury death in the United States right now, and prescription drugs is the main cause of overdose, and it's mainly affecting the young adult population, my age group, 18 to 25, which is pretty much the future of America, and that's a big population that we need to take care of, because these are people that's really just starting off like the big chapter of their lives, beginning to start their careers and everything. These are people that are really going to impact the future of the United States years down the line, but they're dying because of overdose, so we need to do everything we can to save them. And so I also like seeing that the prescription drug monitoring programs are now being implemented in 49 states. Hopefully we get to all 50, and then just seeing all the different FDA guidelines. I was a little puzzled to see that the Comprehensive Addiction and Recovery Act is still pending approval. I hope that we will get more information about that soon. I am interested in doing further research about that and hoping to see that implemented. But I just like how everything correlated. It was something that we found that we talked about in the book. It was something that I talked about literally just like 2 weeks ago, and something that I talked about in courses all throughout the semester. And to find this article, and it's about a very solution that I'm not familiar with, it was very intriguing, and I thought they did really good. All the data made sense. It all was related. Their methodology was wonderful, and they have proven results that it works, and it's something that we already utilize. It's just a point of making it more readily available to the public. So that was my article. If you want to like to know the title, it is Spacious Methods to Enhance Public Health Surveillance and Resource Deployment in Opioid Epidemic. And so I just used the Campbell Library database. I went to medicine, and I used EBSCOhost. So yeah. So that is it for my video. I hope that you got all the information that you needed. I thoroughly enjoy learning more about naloxone treatment, and I kind of want to get my hands on it as well, just in case I ever run into anything here at Campbell or back home in Greenville, so I can further save somebody's life. It's pretty much just like getting somebody CPR certified. It's pretty easy, but this is actually easier than that. It's just readily available for anyone to buy, and then you're turning an everyday person into a possible hero, and just making them that much more competent and giving them the opportunity to save an everyday person's life without having to go through school and everything. You don't have to be a doctor or a nurse to save lives, and you increase the chances that more people can survive this. So that's been my video. I hope you enjoy, and have a good day or night whenever you're watching this. Bye bye.